Stream on Friday here on lichess and Twitch. My name is International Master Will Paschall, and I go by Slaggy on Twitch, and Sparklehorse is my handle on the lichess site. I'm just taking challenges from everybody who challenges me, and we're doing 5+3 exclusively today. Everything looks good. Hopefully we don't have too crazy lag with the 500, 500 ping. You gotta have the stuffed moose on your stream, Soltigo. Or at least like moose antlers, just like on the wall, behind you when you stream. Something out of the Bob Newhart show. That was New Hampshire, no, Vermont. Anyway, it's all the same to me, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont. I'm in Massachusetts. We're a little closer to the center of the universe here. I'm usually in Hungary, guys, but I'm in the U.S. for the summer, so we're going to be streaming here from the USA. And I do reserve the right to change the times of the streams, but for now we're doing mostly 4 o'clock. However, we will be doing the simul again at 1 p.m. on Sunday. I just want to announce this in advance. I am going to play this. How do you stuff a pufferfish? Good question. I am going to do the simul stream on Sunday, 1 p.m. EDT, European Eastern Daylight Time. Just forget the European. I'm used to saying European, but I'm not in Europe anymore. I'm in the United States, and it's Eastern Time. So Eastern Daylight Time, 1 p.m. on Sunday. I'll be playing the same, like 40, 25 players kind of setup. So, Tushar, you have an internet like mine. Are you on mobile? We've got Arsenal, Dracofire, Morwa, Kinetic Theory. You can now retire. Anyway, we're going to get started in a second here. I'm double fisting it with coffee and beer. Just started the beer. Been drinking the coffee for a little bit. I got some beer. I haven't had any American beer for, like 9 months. So just sampling some different stuff. Of course, beer companies are just lining up to sponsor my stream. So I have to just kind of choose which one I want to go with. Coffee and beer. I was thinking that Z Nation Chess. Like, could there be a coffee and beer combination drink, But I'm not really down with the with the like energy drinks. All right, let's get it started. So the stream looks okay. I'm gonna close that so I don't see it. Minimize that window. We're gonna play Arsenal Fan, Dracofire, Tushar Camday, Morwa, and Kinetic Theory to start it off. Coffee stouts. So there is such a thing. I trust this Englishman. He knows his stouts. All right, let's get started. Let's get started here. Big Buck Hunter. All right, Arsenal Fan. Let's go. Hey, nice shot. All right. Is it a viewer challenge stream? It's just for everybody, It's just open mic night. So you can, you don't have to be a subscriber to be first. Who's ever there is first. It's first come, first serve. Same day service. All right, let's go. So let's go. I'm not going to discuss the games quite as deeply as I usually do. What am I doing here? We tried to throw Arsenal Fan off with a c5, but he will not bite. He won't even nibble. All right. We're going to go with my students' preparation. Borrowing my students' opening. I don't, play this really, but I like it, and I don't know it for myself. But we did work on it with one of my students, so I think it's a good gambit. But I never really played it myself. I just know that I don't like playing against it. I once lost kind of minor upset game with the white pieces, I remember. I think I was like 2300 and I lost to a 2100 or something like that. Playing white in this line many, many moons ago. Alright, so knight c2. It's a safe move. The critical move is knight to b5. question is, what do the old men in the Muppet Show say? They're like, the question is, who cares? Knight takes d5, e4, knight b4, queen takes d8, check, king takes d8. There's knight takes d5 and then e4. I don't remember that being a thing. So I think I have to take with the queen. That's a thing. I think this is the recommended approach. The apropos. Diva Karan joins us daily with some ideas and study. That's cool. So, guys, we are doing a simul stream. I said Sunday at 1 p.m. All right, now this guy, bishop e5 check. No.
No.
Did you hear that?
No.
No. I don't want to do it that way. Man, it's like he's a professional. There was this TV show when I was a little kid. I guess they made a remake of it called The Equalizer. There was this English actor, I don't remember. But I guess he was English. He could have been like Australian for all I know. You guys remember that? Does anybody remember that? Alright, I don't know what I'm doing here. This wasn't the original plan, but I'm going with it. I was trying to avoid trading my good bishop for his bad bishop. You know, theoretically, that's the thing with the bishops, with the pawns fixed in the center. But, you know, there's a lot going on, more than just good bishops and bad bishops in life. Okay, there it is, man. He's a very logical guy, Mr. Guy. Big Buck Hunter. The remake has Denzel, right? So the original was like this English accent guy. I don't know. He wasn't a name actor. He became famous for that role. But I'm going to call Arsenal fan the Equalizer. He's like just equalizing completely. Playing for equality and nothing more, but nothing less. So I'm trying to mix it up a little bit here. Don't get it fancy with any like knight takes e5. You know, don't lose a piece. Don't try to get tricky. Just defend your knight with rook c1. It's very routine, and then you'll be fine. Beating him to the punch. Punch. Keep it simple. Rock on the 7th, and we start lunching on pawns. Pawn lunch. It's not going anywhere. We're not warmed up yet. Okay, I see no reason not to take that pawn. That's a healthier specimen. The one on f2 was a mouse slip, apparently. It was a weird move. I wonder where he was mouse slipping. King move. Had to be a king move. He was trying to play king g1. It had to be king g1. That was the intention. Turkey farm. Are you from Turkey? He's a Turkish farmer, of course. Hence the name. Do they have turkey farms in Turkey? Sort of a stupid joke, obviously. But one would assume so. But I don't know how turkeys do in that climate. That's the jokes. We always get these stupid jokes from people about Hungary. Are you hungry? I mean, that's ridiculous, man. Robert McCall. That's it, man. That was the guy. Exactly. Acerbate knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. I could not remember that guy's name. He was like never famous for any other roles, right? I mean, just that role. Surrounding this pawn. From every direction. Alright. Next game. Rapid fire games. Dracofire. Dracofire. That game, yeah, that was... You fell for my trick. Govin Kurt, you have a Turkish name, so... I figured... Guvin is like a typical Turkish name. Okay. Knight f3. What's up? There's a pretty strong, population of Turkish people in Budapest. Alright, knight f3. Of course, it was controlled by the Ottoman Empire at one time. Alright, knight f3, g6, e4. Lots of good Turkish baths. The historic Turkish baths. e4, g6, knight f3, bishop g7. Playing a modern defense. I think I have holding chances until the mouse slip. I don't think so. But I don't mean to be, I don't mean to be like, the naysayer, but I think that's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad rook ending. Not to say it's impossible that you have some chances to draw, but I wouldn't want to be there. What is this? Some weird Alekhines defense. Let's try it. None of these players you play today belong to their strength, said Tushar. I don't know about ratings. It seems like I'm always saying everyone's underrated. I'm going to stop that because I take a lot of heat for that. All right. This is kind of an active move. Maybe it's safer to go like bishop e2. Now, the moment of truth. We can like d6 castleize. What openings against d4 would you recommend to be able to play aggressively and not have to learn lots of theory? PM, are you the guy who asked this last week? Because somebody asked the exact same question last week, and I said the Mexican defense. Because honestly, this is, I mean, d4 almost as well as e4. I'm underrated at 2400, definitely. I should be like 25. But some accidents happened to my rating. There were some accidents. I'll get it back. I just haven't had time to play like off-stream blitz and get my rating points back. I should be around 25, but all right. I'm 100 points underrated. Yeah, I took the pawn with check. He didn't take, so now I have to retreat it back. I guess, right? What else is there to do? Oh, no, I could play e6, come to think of it. That's a weird idea. I've never done anything like that before. The e6 here. Just entombing my own bishop. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I like this. This is cool. He just blundered. I mean, that's a terrible mistake. I mean, he allowed bishop takes f7 check. He has to castle first. And still, maybe bishop g4 is never going to happen because I'll play h3 on the next move. That was the plan. I'm I'm looking red today. You know, I'm actually not that red. I think it's just the settings of my webcam. If you look at me in any other, I'm really not that sunburned. So I'm not actually that red. It's the settings and the coloration of my, whatever you call it, the tint on my webcam. I don't think I'm really that red. When I look in the normal mirror, I don't look that color. I may have got a little sun, but I haven't gotten that much to be that red. You would have ignored it and played knight c3. Okay. That's because you're crazy, man. Dracofire here. Now, are you really thinking, or am I lagging again? Gotta make sure. Once in a while, my lag will just kick up to, like, incredible, like, levels. No, we're fine. So far, so good. What do you think of Lila Zero and her impact on chess in the future? I don't know. Well, I mean, you know, okay, I don't know that much. I'm not an expert on computer chess. I just know a little bit. But obviously, like, artificial intelligence is massive, and it's really important, and it will change the way, you know, the whole world works, let alone just chess programs. I would imagine it's just going to be, it's going to be so much better than traditional chess programs, essentially. Not an in-depth answer, but what can I say? You really have to ask someone who's more expert in the field of computer chess. Vasek Rylik, who programmed Rybka, a friend of mine, who was living in Budapest for a while. He's in Poland now, or was. He'd been talking about coming back to Budapest, but I haven't heard about that lately. Okay, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to try to avoid, like, trading queens here. His bishop looks exposed to things like knight h4, maybe. His king is not safe. He can't coordinate because of that. Great answer. Would you mind telling me how to win in the in-game position I had instead of playing a game against me that would be more helpful for me? In-game position that you had. If you have an in-game position for me to look at, yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Tushar. I don't want to make a habit of it. We're mostly just playing today, but if you know, I'll make an exception just for you. We can look at something if you want. Guys, you know, on Thursdays I do game analysis with my subscribers. So, what are we doing here? Okay. Reinforce the center. That's probably a safe move. Sophia was pretty darn close to AI. Who are you talking about, Siltigo? She got shut down. Now, who is Sophia? I'm out of the circle here. I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is like good bishop for bad bishop, but this is still a kind of vital defender of the white squares in his position. So I guess at the end of the day, kind of a good exchange anyway, at least in terms of my attacking potential. Sophia's an evil program. I wasn't aware of this stuff. Well, I mean, obviously, you know, Stockfish is like a traditionally engineered chess program. Alpha Zero is AI. Sophia's an AI robot that got citizenship. The Syrian AM. Sorry. AM. The Syrian NM. What's up? So, welcome everyone to my stream. I also upload all the streams to my YouTube channel. If you guys want to just like and subscribe over on my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube, that's really cool. It helps me a lot, and it's free. So please like and subscribe. Video Chess Training on YouTube. Okay, time to really try to get in on those white squares, huh? Bam. That's gotta be strong. It's basically a double attack. But it was an opening catastrophe. He can't really survive that. I'm not the guy to ask about, you know, technology, really. Even chess technology. No, that's me. Hey. I'm the expert. H4 doesn't work. Hey. Just give it up. That's a Chess Panda. Chess Panda was very angry yesterday. I didn't go over his game in the subscriber stream, but I told him, first of all, he's not a subscriber. And we're winning stuff here. Chess Panda got his own emote on our Discord channel, which is cool. Alright. Knocking out quick games here. What is this? Tushar, look at move 40 of this game and tell. So a little break from the 5-3 blitz for a moment. Look at this game of move 40 and tell how to win the game plan. Alright, so move 40. Let's take a look from here. Can I just go to that position? Will that, like, take me there? No. No, that's annoying. I have to go to move 40 on my own, manually. Suggestion. We take a lot of things for granted. Lichess is awesome. Okay. Wow. Well, I mean, you know, okay. Technical position. You know, before I even start to calculate, and you guys should, I think, should think in the same way. Before you start to calculate, and you should do this when you do problems and stuff, I think that we don't calculate specific moves. Okay, let's just look at the position and kind of say what's happening here. Just a quick break from the 5+3. A quick break from the 5+3 fast blitz for Mr. Tushar. So let's just see what's happening here. We have a queen endgame. White is up 2 pawns with a material advantage of 4-2. The black king is not safe. The white king is safe. And white has the 2-pawn advantage. But, big but, and I like big buts. The queen is supporting this A-pawn in like Zimbabwe out here. The Z file. I mean, this is really scary. Pawn is on the 5th rank. And honestly, in queen endgames, you know, in many cases, it just doesn't matter like how many pawns you're up. If the other guy has a pawn advanced in the 6th, 7th, 8th rank, obviously 8th rank is a queen, it's not going to matter how many pawns you have. So what we're looking at here is probably a situation where white, you know, isn't really thinking about, like, you know, taking pawns with check. I guess if there's a way for white to win this position, you know, he'd like to win the e-pawn with check. That wouldn't hurt, probably. But we could set up a mating net, I think, with the queen and the h-pawn, possibly. You know, some kind of mating attack with the queen and the h-pawn. So we have more than, you know, we don't really have a competing pass pawn. We also have a competing pass pawn, okay. It's a little further back, but it's still there. So the h-pawn, the mating threats, our own queen. But if you showed me this without me looking at the computer, I wouldn't know it was, like, so clearly winning, necessarily. You know, it's not that obvious. So apparently Tushar went wrong with h5. That's like a slight inaccuracy. But it's an inaccuracy. I mean, it's still probably good enough for white to win. a3. Check. King h7. Now you took the pawn. So it looks like, you know, this pawn got a little bit ahead of the other pawns. I don't know. It's not so easy. Yeah, this is a really tough position to win. Really tough position to win. I mean, maybe you could win more accurately somehow, like queen e8 check, king h7, or king g7 drops the pawn with check. Okay, king h7, and now what? You know, the computer's kind of going in circles here, and it's almost transposing. You'd have to run this through the computer. It's a lot harder than it looks. JCS said it's easier than it looks. Let's see. Queen d7 check. King g8. Okay, the computer makes no progress. It's going. This is my computer on my slow machine. But let's say queen takes e5, a3. Now, you know, surprisingly, we have a combination of mating threats, and then this pawn might actually be strong. But I don't think this is easy at all. You know, I mean, you're starting to get the mating threats going now with h6, and man. Now he has to actually drop the a3 pawn to defend. So it takes a really coordinated, almost like three-pronged approach, like winning the e pawn, getting the h pawn down, and also creating threats to this passed pawn. You have to use everything. You really have to use everything to win. I mean, I'm not going to get into like specific variations, but I wouldn't call it easy. And I'm being helped by the engine here. Yeah. I mean, you don't know that intuitively when you first look at the position, though. I mean, you can't just see this position and say, oh, this is winning, you know? I mean, even like Kramnik or someone, they'd have an intuition like, yeah, this is probably winning. I've played some other endgames that are similar to this. But you can't be sure. It comes down to calculation. If the pawn was like one more square advanced, I would think like very likely it wouldn't be a win. You know, if this pawn was just one more square down to a3 already, you know, probably the difference between like a win and a draw. Anyway, guys, I can't give like conclusive analysis. It's too difficult an ending. It would take like an hour. But let's go on to Morois. Let's go on to Morois, concentrating on our 5+3. I think you have to just, you know, John Fedorovich said this to me. Think a lot, think about all you got. And this was a stupid song, apparently, in like the 70s. And it sounds like a joke, but I mean, what John actually hits on when he says that to me is the fact that, you know, you got to really think about, like, especially in close positions. I mean, all of your resources have to work, you know. In order for Tushar to win that queen ending, it's not like enough that he just races the h-pawn down the board. It's not enough that, you know, he's got the h-pawn and the queen. He, like, needs a third resource, basically, like that e-pawn. So he needs the h-pawn, the e-pawn, and the queen, all to be working in his favor, you know, to probably win the game. And even then, it's not that simple. So this is kind of a weird line. He's exchanging pawns pretty early. I mean, normally you see e takes d, c takes d, and c4, but Morois played knight f3, which gives us this bishop g4, which kind of takes a lot of the danger out of the position. What happened in the final of the... what was the final score in the Alte Box Norway tournament, by the way? You guys are talking about the World Championship. So, Fabiano won the tournament? What? Is it over? Seriously? I saw when Carlsen lost to So. Wait. Oh, because they didn't play Ding, right? Okay. It's kind of messed up. I mean, that's weird, you know, that one of the players left the tournament. That really... That's going to kind of mar the tournament forever. Yeah, that's a weird thing. What can you do, though? You know, if someone's injured. I mean, they can't be expected to continue. All right, guys. 5+3. That's going to ruin his... Did Ding have all draws again? He's worse than Gary. It's basically a reverse Queen's Gambit exchange variation here. Kind of modestly played. Modestly played by Morois. It sounds like something that happened in football, though. You know, Alexander Ivanov, do you think he would drop out of a tournament because he had a hip injury? I mean, this guy, like, got hit by a truck, and he continued to play. He had frostbite on both his legs, in the Aeroflot Open, he continued to play. You know, it's like a hip injury. That's nothing, you know. It can be really painful. I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm sure like the pain can be immense from any injury of that magnitude. You can't be playing on like painkillers. Just endorphins. Like Alexander. He had serious frostbite on both feet and then continued to play in the tournament. It's just insane. All right. How did he get the hip injury? Good question. I'm sure that's known. He was dancing in a go-go bar. Slipped. It's horrible to joke about it though. He's dancing in a go-go bar and slipped in a puddle of beer. If he was like a professional athlete, he'd be in big trouble. Okay. That's going to ruin his draw streak. I shouldn't make fun. I have no room to make fun of people and draws. I have just like, I'm the draw master of late. Morwa is playing in a very conservative fashion here. Like, what's going on here? I mean, who's attacking who, or who's, you know, defending, or uh-oh. I'm glad that I'm not playing, oh my god, I'm glad I'm not playing, what was that computer that played all those games with me? And eventually wouldn't play him anymore? Oh my god, this is one of his games. Surprisingly, Dingeran has not lost many games since last year. Surprisingly. No, it's not surprising. The guy is amazing. Derndatch. It's a Derndatch position, which I usually get in the Caro-Kann exchange variation. Not that different. The same structure. And actually the same piece configuration as Derndatch. The Derndatch situation, we should call it. Which happened to me a couple of times. Guys, thank you for supporting the stream. We had great bit donations from Saul, Merle Dixon, Acerbate this week. 1,303, 203. I'd like to thank you guys. Morwa missing this tactic here. I mean, bishop takes h7. That's the shot. King takes. Knight g5 check. King what do I do? King g6. And then, you know, good luck and blessings to you if you think you can play that for black. But I really don't think so. Like king g6, g4. Can my king walk out to g5? Not healthy. So Morwa missed a really, really massive golden opportunity there. Pure gold. Yeah, you shouldn't give anyone a hard time for a lot of draws. I mean, it's like the same thing with Geary. He's such a good player, and he's a draw master and all that, but how hard it is to not lose at that level to anybody? That's insane. That's insane. I mean, he's giving away draws in some slightly better positions, probably. Okay, Ding had that game, when was it, in the spring against Grishuk, where he was toast, but he survived somehow. It was like a semi-Slav Botvinnik variation. And Grishuk had him like just nailed to the wall and he got away. But Morwa playing pretty creatively here himself. Classically speaking, I think that you should generally castle. I mean, he played a kind of modest opening, and now he's playing a modest opening with like this attacking kind of style, but that doesn't seem right to me, you know, to play modestly and then try to attack. I have a little trick there. He defended it. He saw it. I was threatening knight b4. It's like a positional piece exchange, basically. And he sees that. Amazing. I guess we gotta go for it. Gotta go for it. I mean, this is what my whole position is designed for. To expand in the center. And I was thinking about bishop takes, but that doesn't make sense. Not taking with the pawn. Man, creative. Normally Morwa is quite fast, but he's playing a little more slowly today. I have e4. Extremely tempting to sacrifice the exchange here. But I have my doubts about its abject. What am I looking for? Objective soundness. Got some neat ideas, though. Really, really neat ideas. I wanted to play rook takes f3 and like knight to d4. It's not going to happen. I was scared of kind of scared of knight g5. I don't know. I don't know why there's anything to be afraid of, per se. Things could happen on the white squares, and I'll just make sure we're extra safe. Indirect defense. He doesn't even blink. No blinking, no thinking. His queen is protected. But we need tactique. Some tactique. What do we do? I have no idea. What am I doing? I don't know. I feel like I'm playing for time. He's just grabbing material. Check. Man. Mr. Material. Wow, I'm going to hang a piece. We sacked a pawn. We have very active pieces. I'm not sure it's enough, but it's enough for compensation. But I'm not happy with the way this went down. I definitely made some mistakes. Made some mistakes. Hold on for a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Important phone call came in while I was just about finished the game. So, we were lucky here against Morwaz, letting him slip away in this game. Look at the game analysis. I'm sure we'll see evaluation was like probably better for white at some point. Man, he got a double question mark. I was just winning. But let's go back to a little earlier stage. Wow, so the computer thinks I was all over him. He was equal at one point. He was better at this point. Wow, because he had the bishop takes h7 check. Yeah, that's horrible. All right, guys, let's move on. So I'll play as many challenges as I can get. Kinetic theory. Oh, what's this crap? Nice handle. All right. What's up, guys? President congratulated me. No, that was the auto service calling to confirm my car getting fixed. Okay, knight f3. What are we gonna do here? Yeah, we're gonna go b5. Take him out of book. Guys, on Wednesdays I do play unusual opening stream. There was a serious blunder there, Tushar, though. I mean, I allowed that bishop takes h7. That was really bad. I drive a car. Surprisingly. Big if true. When I was a kid, we had a 1972 Cadillac. It was like it was like as long as Boss Hogg's car and the Dukes of Hazzard. It was like ridiculous. Ridiculous long car. But I never had a car like that. All right. What's your favorite opening? A Nissan guy. My favorite opening? I want to say the Sicilian, man. I mean, I have to say the Sicilian. And it's like you think more about openings with black because being black is more dangerous. I think playing the Sicilian is my favorite. Plus 1.2 is not even fatal. It's basically losing a pawn for nothing. Tushar, that was pretty serious. Against that guy, you know, that guy who played on my stream a lot, it would have been 100% fatal. All right, man. So kinetic theory here, he's rated 1529 in blitz. But he beat me the last game, what was that? 40-40 in the simul. Main sequence 12 is rating with a party of 15. I can't read. You're rating with me having no glasses. Oh my god. If the raid is offensive, moderate in chat settings. So, let's see. The raid is not offensive. It's a defensive raid. What is up, guys? Well, I mean, you know, especially in endgames, I think like when the computer says plus 1.2, that's probably a draw, you know? Generally, like, at the end of the game, it seems like you need, like, better than 1.5, let's say. What am I doing here? Just your standard 1500. Okay, queen c2 is kind of passive. So I'm happy to see that. I mean, it's difficult to say like where his queen should go, objectively. Okay, so got 5 plus 3. Bet my cat on the hat on that. Soltigo, our moderator, was just saying he wants a stuffed animal. He doesn't even have a cat in a hat. Hey, what's up? Hey, Panda, look out, man. I can't see. Hey, play H4. Okay? It's a good move. Always H4. Okay? So, this guy is obsessed with H4. Let's see. B3. Pawn takes pawn. Let's just get out of here. Get out of here. Getting castled. H4 is not even relevant here. What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. Stealing the A file. This is a bad move. If there's ever been a bad move, that was a bad move. Even funnier to draw 1500. You notice the change in scenery on the webcam. I'm in the United States. Yeah. This is the house. But I have a different room that I've been streaming in like last year. And I might move back to that. This is my kingdom. Yeah, Panda, you should go to King Crusher stream. We're gonna do a stream where Panda's playing, definitely. Definitely. We'll play like a maniac. I mean, here to entertain. Sounds good. Why did I play Rook A8? I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, just because I'm trying to make fast moves. I'm playing like it's bullet chess. This is dead equal. If anything, like white could even be a hair better. But he's a little more extended. He doesn't play like a 1500 though. The simul game he played against me like a master. Instantly takes with the knight there. I didn't think that was an automatic capture. Weakening your structure. Seems very strong. Down to 2 minutes now. Panda should be voiced by Jack Black. This is a great idea. I can make chess videos with Jack Black as the voice of the panda. Now, what's going on here? We had the better structure. The wholesome one-pawn island. Panda doesn't even think about pawn structure and stuff like that. He's like the antithesis of me. He's my alter ego. Queen C3. That's like a total subtlety go move. Absolutely. Nah, that's not happening. Not happening. Telegraphing your plan. This is awfully obvious. Nope. Not gonna happen. Now we need like Chevy Chase. You guys are not old school enough. Chevy Chase and the Land Shark. That's a great idea, like the chess Land Shark. Dun-na, dun-na, dun-na. Dun-na-na. What am I doing here? Making random moves again. How much do you pay Jack Black? How much money do I have to pay him with? Just tell me my budget. You can be in charge of budgeting for the studio, Nefedov. The Quang Liam towel. Do you think the Quang Liam... He's a little panda-like. He was kind of chubby. When I played him, he still had a lot of baby fat on him, and he was honestly a little bit chubby. Quang Liam. So what do we got here? An endgame with a very tiny, like, very, very tiny kind of probationary advantage. Trading queens is probably a draw there. Oh, I had a tactic. Oh, no. But I'm not sure it works. Queen takes queen, knight takes queen, knight takes f2. Everything's protected for now. And I have a double threat. Yawn. He dropped his queen, man. Panic mode. But Kinetic Theory has a lot of potential. He won a great game against me in the simul. Just, he basically needs more time. Probationer. I'm just probing the enemy's position. It's just something I made up. We're probing. Oh, what's this crap? The best. What's your worst rated defeat in an OTB game? Well, I said this many times. You know, there was the time that I lost on the stage against Limbit Ol in like 15 moves with white at the US Masters, which was really embarrassing. And that was definitely up there. You know, my worst like public loss ever was probably that game. I repeated some theory that, you know, Ivan Sokolov made up, and then I got out of book by like one move and then lost the exchange and resigned. You know, that was pretty bad. But my worst game ever was basically when I lost in 7 moves. I dropped a piece in 7 moves. I had a knight on g5, you know, and like it was protected by my bishop on c1 in an English opening. The guy played e4, or how was it? He chased the knight with e4, you know, and the knight went to g5, and there wasn't a knight on f6. There was just a queen on d8, but it was protected by my bishop on c1, and I just sat there like thinking for some reason about whether to develop my kingside bishop with g3 or e3 for like 10 minutes. And I just spaced and like thought so much about other stuff that I hung my knight on g5. And it was like a long game. I was 2,300 FIDE, I think, when I played that game. I mean, it's just a matter of spacing out. G3's coming. How did you know? Actually, you know, G3's coming. Not the only move there. I play e3 sometimes. I like to play e3. But what's this crap? He has just 100 games. He specifically made this account, you know, just to play this game. Alrighty then. Is it you, Nefedov? Does Nefedov play this with black? I don't know. No. Nefedov plays g6 stuff. Like, I think that this is like theoretically not correct for black or something, according to some principle of taking on c3 is technically wrong or whatever. But in a practical game, I mean, I think it's really very playable. The Gru voice, yeah, Nefedov does talk like Gru. You know, I heard his voice once. He sounds exactly like Gru. I never realized it now. That's what his kids call him. That's what I heard. They're like, Gru. Hey, Daddy Gru. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't sound like Gru. Alright. Though I only talked to him once, and it's not like ingrained in my brain how he sounds exactly. Uh-oh. Wow, rook b8. That's a very strong move to play. Oh, what's this crap? He uses 17 seconds. Is this a rated game? I'm pretty much expecting this to be like a rated game any moment now. How would you explain that there are almost no women participating in high-level chess? Well, I think it's like greatly explainable by the fact that, you know, women are kind of discriminated in society in general. But, of course, it's not only like that is the only reason. Tough question. This guy seems awfully strong and awfully fast for someone who's rated 1610. But it's just a system. It's just a systematic thing. He knows his little system and he plays it. His little system is good. The little system that could. Trading. Very well. I'll just pretend it's like an accelerated dragon. You can't ask me this when I'm in time pressure. Tough questions about sexism in the chess world. I think it's just like, you know, I mean, it depends on what country you're in. Like in Hungary, there's probably more than in other countries, more women like in tournaments and stuff like that. It really depends on where you are. I think men are like mean to women and they kind of like make it unpleasant for them, you know, to play in tournaments and stuff like that. Stuff like that. All right, I'm just going to establish this guy on d5. I think more women should play chess, but it's just not a tradition. You know, I mean, we've made some progress in that sense. I mean, look at chess like 50 years ago. I mean, how many women played in tournaments as compared to today? It's still very, very low. But, Pichu is here. He said he's Hungarian and it's like 5% women rate at best, which is like, you know, versus 3% probably in like American tournaments. Although it's getting better here too. Yeah. But the Hungarian women are notably strong in chess. I mean, they have one of the best women's teams in the world. That's one of the reasons why I brought that comparison up. For a reason, you know, like definitely that's not an accident. It's not an accident. Hungarian women are in the top, you know, medals every time. The chess culture there is kind of like supported them a little bit more than in some places, I suppose. This guy's pretty tough. We're going outside the box now with f4. Got such a grip on d5. Wow, we found something. We've got the monster knight. What's his crap is like, he was scaring me, but now we have him kind of over a barrel here. Very powerful knight. Tough to decide with the push there. Push is very tempting. Oh, what a knight. He's fast, though. It's up the bishop for the c5 square. That bishop's not going to hurt anybody on c5. I can assure you. Would this be a mistake? Possibly. Possibly, yes. Alright, I'm just going to be patient with this position. He said he's fast, but he plays terrible. I wouldn't call you terrible. You're fast and you think about tactics and playing fast. There's a lot of young women, I mean, in American tournaments too. A lot of kids. I think we'll see this changing. You know, if you go to like, or if you look at even the games of my students, like tons of people showing me games they played with little kids, both male and female. I mean, there seems like there's so many kids getting into scholastic chess now, and Other countries too, like Indian players. I see a lot of women in the groups of Indian players. So it depends. I mean, international tournaments are going to have more. Wow, what a crazy move. He's gone with the pawn sacrifice. I don't want it. This is actually not interesting. Not interesting to me. That pawn, I don't want to just win a pawn. I want a winning position. Queen and knight combination is a terror. It's an absolute terror in the endgame. Man, I love this endgame. Really like this endgame. Is it enough? Is this enough? Well, he can't... Did I miss a win there? No. All right. All right. Very strong knight. Lots of pawns fixed on the wrong color. Plus his bishop, has to move. I guess we'll be materialistic here. That was possibly a mistake by me, but I think I got away with something. Should be technically winning. Still not that easy, though. We have an extra passed pawn on the C file. That's got to be a pretty big advantage. I think he should play king g4 there and try that. h5. I was a little bit worried that my pawns would actually get fixed on dark squares, which isn't optimal here. The violence of chess. Well, there can be all kinds of psychological theories. That's fine. I think the fact of the matter is, women just don't have, a lot of girlfriends who play chess. Most people who play chess are already men. And so it just continues. Like, mostly men play chess because their buddies play chess and their friends play chess. And only, you see the women who get involved in chess are just people whose boyfriend plays chess, or, their brother plays chess, or their father plays chess, or their mom plays chess. I mean, there has to be someone around you who's actively involved in it, and I think if they don't have other female role models to kind of set the example or make it interesting, I think it has to be a slow process. I mean, it naturally is a slow process. I don't know. But anyway, that's my theory. I don't think it's going to happen overnight, that it's going to be like 50% men and 50% women. And I don't believe that men have to be naturally better at chess. Although, traditionally, psychologists believe that men are better in certain things like spatial relations. And I'm not up to the latest, up on the latest theories about that kind of stuff. I mean, there may be some truth in these scientific things and certain things. Okay. Wubba lubba dub dub. Let's go. So 5 + 3. I can't keep up with all the chat with these fast games today. Why do you think more men don't play hockey or netball? Why do you think more men just don't sit around drinking beer? Alright, where did my beer go? Is my beer done? I've still got a little bit of beer left. Alright, wubba double lub lub. From Hungary. Madurosag. Alright. Let's play something fun. The Alekhines defense. It has to do with the evolutionary skills that the chess is very attuned to. The fact of the matter is they don't have any friends who play chess, so they don't get into it. I mean, Jennifer Shahadi, like someone who I know who's a good player, for example, Her whole family plays chess, so it was natural that she got into it and became a strong player. But if it wasn't for that, I mean, if there's someone close to you, you know, that's good at it, you're gonna be good at it too. I mean, but if not, e4, knight f6, knight c3. All right, we play d5 typically here. You just had to look at your best half. Women are just better than us. Speak for yourself, but I understand what you're talking about. Gru. That's why Gru doesn't have a wife, right? Oh, no, he does get a wife, right? I forgot. Knight c3, d5. What's this? Crazy, weird move. Guys, thanks for supporting the stream. Merrill Dixon, nice to see you. Queen f3 right away. Okay, okay. What do we do with that? Interesting. Playable move. We're playing on lichess. That is where we are playing, guys. Okay, this looks like some kind of Asa Hoffman thing. I played blitz sessions with Asa Hoffman, and he would always play the Dunst opening with white, you know, and then you try different stuff. And Queen f3 looks like the kind of weird move you might see from. This is probably in the Link Springer book. It's actually like it reminds me of a Scotch reversed, like almost like a Scotch reversed, except I haven't played e5. Well, but Double Love made me waste a lot of time here, talking, and Earl Dixon always donates 100 bits every day. Well, maybe he is. I didn't realize that. What is today? Today's Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, almost. Some days he donates 3. Nah, I don't know. I'm just kidding around. We do like to thank you guys for making donations. Merle Dixon in second place with 403 bit donations. You guys are crazy with the Warhammer and D&D. E takes f6. Chess helped me get more than a few girlfriends. Just ask Ben Feingold. He all of his wives were like chess players, I think. Bishop c4. Well, we could fix our pawn structure, but I don't want to do that. I want to have fun here. This was a stupid move, actually. This was a stupid move. But maybe not that bad. I always thought I didn't want to date chess-playing women because they're crazier than normal women. That was my theory, anyway. When I'm having negative feelings toward chess, I say things like that. You know, chess players are crazy, but women who play chess are even crazier than men who play chess. That's a good way to get people to get involved in chess. I'm just kidding. You sometimes get down on chess, you know. People sort of beat it into your head. Chess is a waste of time, you know, stuff like that. We'll just drink beer and be primitive. Alright. This is the move I should have played right away. When I played knight c6, I mean, I don't understand why he's exchanging on f6. Maybe he could just play a better move than that. Like, why not just play c3? I guess I was thinking c3. But then I go e5. And then something like bishop... Again, it's starting to look like some kind of weird reverse Scotch or something like that. I'm happy to take that bishop off your hands. On the other hand, it's not really going anywhere, is it? If it's not going anywhere, maybe I don't have to take it off your hands. Maybe I shouldn't waste my time. Just castle. WGM is like 2200 though. That's not true. It's higher. WGM is like 2350. actually. No, I think the WGM is it's pretty strong, dude. It's like right under IM. WGM is like is actually stronger than FIDE Master. You got to be like around 2350 strength to get WGM. I'm not sure if there's an actual rating requirement, but that's kind of average. What's Tushar? I don't know about the rating requirement. I mean, I'm just talking about the norms. I mean, I never tried to get a WGM title, but personally, for some reason. But I know that the performance rating necessary for WGM is slightly lower than the IM requirement. So in other words, to get like a IM performance, I think you have to have like a 2470-ish performance. But for WGM, it's kind of like, man, this looks good for black. For WGM, it's like 2375 performances or something like that. It's not 2400. I don't know. You mean the performance rating? The rating requirement isn't. I mean, maybe the WGM performance is like 2400. You think it's that high? Anyways, WGM is a pretty solid title. I think the WGM is actually much more significant than FM, probably. The FM title just got like totally degenerated. Man, we have such an initiative here. What am I thinking, though, with bishop d5? Did I have another move? Man, wubba double lub lub has a chance to castle. He was scared. Actually, queen h4 would have just hosed him immediately. It could be the same as FM now. I mean, they've probably changed it. You can't blame me for not knowing what it is. I mean, they probably change it, like, very often, these kind of requirements. Honestly, who knows? I could just take on g2 and then bishop f3. 1200s can be FMs according to the new rules. What does that mean? Yeah, but the thing is, Rich, that the FM title used to require you to have, like, maintain 2300 over a certain period of time. So basically, to get FM, in the old days, let's say 20 years ago, you had to get 2300 and maintain it for like 27 games. And now it's just like your rating goes over 2300 when you're like a relative new player, and bloop, like you're 2300. And like a lot of kids will get the FM title, then they're like losing 200 rating points. And so they're walking around their FMs and they're like 2100. I mean, that's not right, you know? I mean, then I feel bad for the original FMs who, you know, are like really strong players, in many cases almost IMs. And so the title has been really, you know, really degenerated into like a weak. A lot of the FMs are like candidate masters or whatever you want to call them. The original FM, when you had to have a certain amount of games played over 2300, that's when FIDE Master meant something. Now it means absolutely, you know, much, much less. I won't say absolutely nothing, but it doesn't mean what it did mean, you know. It's just not that serious of a title like it was at one point. International Master Fugu. Fugu's here. He just doesn't talk. He's all these Asian influences. Panda and Fugu. I don't know why. Fugu. He just watches and then gives me advice after the stream. But he's very, very poisonous and sharp. And you don't want to mess with him. Alright. So. I can't stop thinking. Only that Simpsons episode with Fugu sticks in my mind. Okay, guys, let's play as many games as we can. Oh, no. Alright. He challenged me to a rated game. Let's make the challenges casual. 5 plus 3. Bob, I'm canceling your challenge. I should have weeded these out already. Casual 5+3. No rated. No other time controls. New FIDE rule states that when winning a national junior tournament where 1200 is the highest rated player can also be an FM. Yeah, this is... Every time they hand out an FM title, the Chess Federation has to pay like 50 euros to FIDE or something. That's the only reason why they do that. Yep. 10 years training. Is it easier to become a Fugu chef or a FIDE master? What do you guys think? What would you say is easier? Preparing Fugu safely or becoming a FIDE master? Which is more of an accomplishment? Does anyone know any sushi chefs who practice to serve Fugu? We're playing our anti-Nefedov system, the patented or you can say anti-Nefedov. Bob knows everything about everything. So this guy's going to pretend that he's 1398 here? Are you serious? He's played like the position perfectly so far, except Nefedov's queen c7, which is a very experimental move, but it's also logical if you don't know the theory to like defend the b7 pawn. How many games does this guy have? Whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to click on your name. 291. Mostly bullet. Played pretty well. Queen c7 is considered to be, I guess, not the best, but rated with no increment. Yeah, he kind of messed up the time control slightly. I was busy talking. I didn't pay attention. So rook d8. Logical move. Very compact, very correct. No weaknesses for black. Yeah, I mean, this is better than a 1300 for sure. What's your rating, Asterbait? Are you like 1500? Queen b8. It's a typical 1300 move. Absolutely standard. That's pretty standard. I watched a documentary on 1300s once, and they understand very subtle things like Queen b8, maneuvers like this. I mean, this guy is not playing like 1300. That's what I was afraid of when I got the rated challenge. Now maybe we could get something going. Well, I don't think he's lost, you know, super massive amounts of time. Doesn't mean that much. It's like if we're arguing whether he's 1900 or not, like you have a legitimate argument. But 1300, the way this guy's played here, so compact, no weaknesses. I mean, get out of here. There's just no way, you know. Dude, he's at least like 1600, and that's the minimum. Look at this move. Making trouble for me. I'm playing extremely fast for my normal self. What was his first error? This was his first error. Some positional mistakes, but he made a tactical mistake, which is a relief. This was a relief. What am I doing now? How do I get off the line here? Get my queen back to the game. He played the opening pretty well and didn't make a mistake till really the subtle weakening of c6. Did I make a bad move? What was it about queen f4? I didn't like d5? I'm just nervous when people give me rated challenges. Like, normally they start to play like a GM. You know, he only played like a 1600. But definitely better than 13. He's still hanging on. Not for long. Man, all right. All right, I mean, if you look at the position, like, he's totally okay after the opening. I think until this point, it's, like, equal. Stockfish says I'm better by a pawn. I mean, okay. I'm better. That's the #1 move by Stockfish here. Queen b8. Okay? You guys were like, he lost the tempo. You know. Hey. He didn't play h5. Queen b8. No computers, okay? h5. h5. Panda literally played h5 with his paw on the keyboard. Like, I'm not kidding. It is not a joke, dude. He literally played h5. That's the kind of move, that's a strong move. You know, I played 0 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. Thank you very much. But only 16 cent pawn loss. That's pretty high. I mean, I should be more like 10 or 9 or something like that. But I get nervous when it's a rated challenge. All right, guys, let's go on. No more rated challenges trying to trip me up. Relaxing here with a beer, and you're going to give me a rated challenge. Casual's up. He played h5. Always trying to do that. Panda's a cheater. Not me. I have assistance. We have assistance from the Chess Panda and Master Fugu. Okay, Nefidov, you've been training for the Alekhines defense, so I'll give you the other knight this time. Left hook, then a right hook. We're hitting with the other knight today. All right, let's try this. Zen mode. Yeah, no, I like Zen mode. I haven't used it too much, but I like it. Yeah, I wouldn't get distracted. I think Zen mode's cool. It's a great idea. Like all human beings, like you tend to get nervous when you're playing plushie assistants. Hey, you calling me plushie? All right, f4, f6. I was just looking at this with one of my students from the Zen school. This is a fun opening. So we didn't really come to a conclusion here. I mean, I think knight h6 was an interesting move. I like doing that. f6. You can actually play f6 to move. This is the question. Is it better to play f6 right away? This is something I was working on this week. Is it better to play f6 right away? Or is it better to wait, you know, and play bishop f5? So can we play, you know, should we play, like, consider playing f6 even directly? f6 is real, man. This is the Nimzovich defense. You don't have a c5. You know, I've got news for you guys. There is no c5, so you throw Nimzovich out the window. All the moves here are like e6. I mean, as far as I know, after like knight f3, like only e6 and queen d7 have really been played. And then you got some people who are really smoking glue, and they're playing like a6. But I mean, who has time for that? Like, did I need to play a6? Am I scared of this? Do you want to trade off your white square bishop for reals? You know, have you seen your white squares lately? Nefedov just likes putting his bishop on b5 and then going like bishop a4 a lot. But there could be some appropriate... There's something appropriate about this. Because my knight's on h6 and Nefedov detected that I'm not going to be able to execute the maneuver knight e7, knight c8, knight b6 in the case of bishop a4. I don't know. I'm just speculating. What could be the real truth here? He knows my knight won't be able to go to b6, so he's pulling the trigger on bishop e5. Just messing around, guys. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know much. But I know that it's fun. It's a fun opening. That's all I know. All I know is that this is a really fun opening, which I haven't got into that much. I played d6 sometimes. I was always afraid to play this line. Mr. Schmoog, Mrs. Chmoog has most modern ideas involve counterattacking center with piece play. How does knight h6 work? Well, this piece is actually counterattacking the center. It's coming in. It's just a little bit, going to take two moves. On e7, it gets in the way of everything. It gets in the way of the bishop. It gets in the way of my queen sometimes. So it's all good. We're not going to be going to g4 anytime soon, I guess. So this is still counterattacking the center, It's just like knight a6 in the King's Indian, which I gave a lecture for like 5 minutes the other day on one of my streams about. It only took like basically 60 years for that to become a standard idea on the black side of the King's Indian. Traditionally, nobody did that. It was always like knight d7 getting in the way of the c8 bishop. Now I can take on e5 without worrying about the knight capturing, which is kind of cool. And you never know which way I'm going to castle here. I like that, the fact that we can keep our options open. I play the Gingy Indian, of course, because Roman was a brief mentor for me at one point when I was a FIDE master. I was a real FIDE master, by the way. 27 games, over 2300. Not one of these run-of-the-mill fake FIDE masters who just momentarily got the rating over 2300. I was a real FIDE master. All right. Well, I don't know. Which way do you guys want me to castle? I think I'm going to castle kingside. I'm thinking about castling kingside. Because the F line will be good. We won't be, facing this pawn advance on the other side. Fun stuff. White has a space advantage. He may be better here. He's maintained his space advantage. Perhaps I didn't really expect him to take with a knight, honestly. It's kind of a wimpy move by Nefedov, but he's got a space advantage and he's trading pieces. I mean, technically, he should be playing f takes e here. I mean, I have a knight on f7, he has a knight on f3. It would follow that he should keep the knight on the board, but he's possibly looking for some sort of tactics. Turkey Farm says no way white is better. Don't know, but I mean, white has more space. You know, is he overextended? Do you think? It's never easy to play with a space advantage where it's a question of consolidating your space advantage. I mean, I don't think white has a king. I wouldn't say white has a king side attack. I think white just has space. Doesn't really have an attack per se. But I don't want to castle into that. Possible pawn avalanche. You know, that's kind of scary. Now the king side is sort of stabilized. What will you do with bishop d3? Well, bishop d3 is a move, you know, and I wouldn't be surprised if he had played that. But he is trading his good bishop for my bad bishop, so. How long can we live with this? With this situation. The trade queens are not the trade queens. Edmar Medness. Edmar's Medness. This is like a French advantage, but white's punching is irritating. Like f6 failed. I mean, that was my argument, that maybe I should have kept attention there. You know, when I played f takes e5, I pulled the trigger a little early. And now Nefedov, he's not into trading his white square bishop. But he's dropping a pound. Pound. Pond. I'll have one pond, please. Can you please pass the gray poo pond? That's just an absolute classic tactic. There was that Nimzovich game where he calculated that knight takes e5, but then it was good for white, you know. One of those classic games. Please pass the gray poupond. Pouponda. The gray pouponda. Nefedov not happy now. I can guarantee it. Looking for a knockout blow. Nefedov is just pissed off right now. He lost a pawn, and he's just not happy about it, and I can't blame him. He's hanging tough, though. Pawn Pouponda. Still not so easy. Can you pass the gray Poupanda? Instantly finds the right move. This is only a test. Only a test, sir. Pass the gray Poupanda. Stop that. Starting to make me irritated. I have to keep finding good moves. Make a mistake. Stop making good moves. You keep making good moves. Please stop making good moves. The gray Poupanda. He's got a little bit of compensation. What a tough guy. Finally he blinks. This I'm happy to see. Phew. It's not so bad anymore. Well, he managed to hoover a lot of pieces off here. We're up a clear pawn. Pawned. Pawned. Pawn Pupanda. Now I'm happy again. Run, run, run. Little pawn. Run, little pawn, run. Treating it down. Ah. No, 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 no.
No!
I have more pawns than you. Here. Alright. Now we can safely assume the good square there. Just to make it nice. Pawn Pupanda. Alright, tough game from Nefedov. He's worth every rating point of that 1758. Oh man, you're tough. Hey, what's up, Yellow Dragoon? Good to see you. I'm going to play these challenges here. We got another 5-0 challenge from the Chess Master 234. Guys, I've got about 45 minutes left in the stream, and I'm not going to take people with like 100, less than 100 games. Chess Master, Chess Tyrone. If he didn't close off the e-file, I want to know if white draws. You think he seemed tilted? Why do you say that, JCS? Yeah, I mean, Nefedov is really literally 1950 strength, like FIDE. Like, seriously. He's not super fast, but in terms of, like, understanding. All right, testosterone, testosterone, chespasterone. Thanks, guys, for supporting the stream and subscribing. Yesterday was a subscriber stream. We went over games with the subscribers. What's up here? It's my move and I'm just sitting here. How long have I been doing this? Let's try something fun and play the Budapest Gambit. It's not weird. It's not like weird opening day, but wasn't he like plus 200 points like a day ago? He played on longer than normal. Yeah, that's true. He did play on long at the end. Now, back to reality. No, wait a second. This is bishop f4. Okay. What am I doing? Okay, knight c6. Then I check. Once against this guy, Bob Mullen, who was like a 1700 player, I was playing blitz and I hung a smothered mate. I remember it was really sick. It was in the cafe outside years ago in Boston, Cambridge, Mass, and we were playing for like $2 a game, and I think I was giving him time odds, and I just, with white, I just let him smothered mate me. Queen e7, knight takes e5, knight d2, and knight d3 check mate. Classic. Classic stuff here. But I said Bob Sullivan. No, I said Jim Mullen. I meant Jim Mullen. I don't know what I said. It was an Irish name. Boston Irish names. Okay. It's the Budapest Gambit. Now back to this. Challenge me to have your opinion on my strength. I have mostly positive score against most of the regular viewers. This is Mr. Nefedov. He obviously wants revenge. Knight d2 is the right line. I mean, I played this with white too. I played a lot of games with Chess Master. What was it? The Chess Master, like the last of the, like one of the like strongest of the Chess Master series. This was its opening repertoire with like black. One of the later Chess Masters. It would always play the Budapest Gambit for some reason. They thought, okay, the Gambit's a good idea for a computer, even though the opening's not that good. We'll make it play the Budapest. So Chess not letting me get any sort of... I guess I'm supposed to take this way? Which way am I supposed to take here? I'm a good teacher, but he does not do studies for you. I wish I could spend more time taking his lessons. He doesn't have time. I thought knight c3 since I played against the Budapest. Oh, wait a minute. You mean like here? Knight c3? That's not good. Okay, well, anyway, this is like probably like some main line for this variation. And now I've got to decide what to do with my bishop on b4. The time has come. Taking unprovoked seems kind of lame. But I've got to do something. Oh, you meant instead of knight d2. Oh, yeah, the Luke Van Welly variation. That's like the main line, man. I mean, most people are afraid to allow that, but of course. But I think that I worked on this recently with someone. You know, in that line, by the way, knight c3, you know, this is classic stuff, and then queen e7 and queen d5. I think that black gets adequate compensation, or close to adequate compensation, by playing f6. At the end of the day, you play f6, you sack a pawn, and you have comp. It's like white's got a broken structure. It's not so easy. So, anyways, here we are. He took back with a knight. In my opinion, white is slightly better here. The classic structural advantage based on the d5 point being really under white's control. It's a very subtle thing, but I think it's lasting, and white retains the advantage because of that. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching and subscribing. The next stream will be Sunday. We're doing a simul here on lichess at 1 p.m. EDT. That's not European, but it's Eastern Daylight Time. Tactique. Petite tactique. Knight takes e4. Actually, this is sad because knight c. This is a good idea. He wants to go boing boing into d5, right, Panda? D5. D5. Good square. That sounded like a caveman, man. I mean, I don't know, dude. You're a little bit primitive, Panda. H4 every game and is talking like a caveman. Alright, so did I miss something here? There's no kamikaze. Bishop takes d6 or something. No. No!
N-O.
Alright, we've got knight takes c4. We're not really interested in taking more pawns. We got one pawn. We're going to just scurry and scurry around and consolidate this guerrilla warfare. Ponda. The Ponda. I'm not a materialist, and anyone who watches my stream can attest to this. I don't really highly value material, but if you have a position like mine where I'm a tiny bit worse and you have nothing better, you got an obligation to take the pawn. Bishop g5. What was that? No, his knight's hanging. Hanging. See, this is where we can get greedy, you know, so that's not good. Like, don't get greedy. Greed is bad. Keep it simple. Bishop f5 is worth considering, though. It's worth considering because, again, like, this doesn't look happy. I don't really like that happening to me. He might have some compensation for real here. Because his bishops are pretty darn good, you know, and in reality, I'm up a pawn, but this 4 against whatever you want to call it, it's not a 4 against 2. My d-pawn's not passed. So it's actually not that easy with his bishops on the board. It's not that easy to use my majority. And my knight is kind of stuck. It's sort of stuck on the line. The poo panda. Okay, I can't keep track with all the Ponda. See, Ponda, he has a dating site called, yeah, Ponder. He doesn't use Tinder. There's a special panda dating site. What am I talking about? All right, another tactique. Now, can I win this pawn too? I'm a little bit afraid of like queen c5. I don't actually win a pawn. I mean, it's funny, like d5, queen c5. Smells like counterplay there. I don't like that line a heck of a lot. Don't like it. Buying time. Buying time with this move. Doesn't do anything. It just buys time. Now d5, is that any better than it was a minute ago? Probably not. Well, anyway, I expected this like years ago. I was prepared for this eventuality. And I knew I'd at least gain a time, gain a time. We call them times. When you gain one element of time, one unit of time, they're called times. No. Tempi. F5. This is crazy to do this. Don't do this at home. Do not do this at home. Open the position for the guy's bishops. Generally not recommended. These guys, the Ginsu, keeping it on the Asian Fugu Panda theme. Ginsu is not really an Asian word, by the way. It's just a made-up telemarketing scam. Ginsu knives. You may have heard of him. Bishop f7. Subtle. Subtlety go. Oops. I'll take that. And then just eat this. I'm such a materialist. Yes, bishop takes a6. This is hanging. Hanging. The hanging garden. Would you like to trade queens? Perhaps. Don't lose a pawn. Don't lose anything. Careful. Careful, careful, careful. He's fast. There's no doubt. Very fast. I love how fast he is. He's crazy with the time in the fast time control situation. Doesn't even feel like I'm up 2 pawns here. He's 1578. Come on. He's like the most underrated of all of my opponents so far. Finally. Still don't want to let him in. Could have played e4. Still hanging on. Hanging around. Just hanging around. The Ponderosa. He's just hanging around the Ponderosa. Nope. He's tilted. I could have won a rook. That would be better. Well, not really won a rook, but anyway. All right, guys. A lot of tough games. Everybody's underrated. Where did we leave Book there? I guess 94, right? When he blundered, we're probably still in theory. Like here. No games. Wow. That's kind of weird. I mean, how can there be no games from this position? That's ridiculous. That's impossible. I must have... Okay. Weird. So nobody took back on d2, and this doesn't happen very often. So a few people have played d6. I was asking if I should take or not. I must have made a mistake. Yeah, your turkey farm is right on it, man. Of course, knight b1. That's the classic. Knight b1, knight c3, knight d5. That happens in many openings, like the Bogo Indian. For whatever reason, like most people take on f3 here with black, but it doesn't seem clear as to why. You know, like why is knight takes f3 better than castles or d6? You know, who knows? Reindeer Man. All right, closely related to Rain Man, but he's a collector of souls. It's an inside joke. So Pichu, this is or Pishta is a short form of Istvan. All right, e4. Let's play. We haven't played any Sicilians today. Guys, we have a little over half an hour. Oh, man, the c3 Sicilian. Just what I was afraid of. All right, let's try something crazy and weird. This guy's pretty strong, by the way. I don't know how strong he is over the board, but I've never played him before. But I was looking, and he's like 2196 in Rapid, 2100 Classical. This guy is a real player. Okay, it's chessable. They have yet to advertise officially here on my stream, though. So I'm playing bishop f5. This is a weird move that I helped to popularize before my temporary retirement from chess a few years ago, I was just sitting there and I was like, what can I play that's like different, you know? And then like there was this one game from the early 90s where the Portuguese Damaso played, I think Rui Damaso played like bishop f5. Maybe it was someone else. Maybe it was a different Portuguese player. But anyway, nobody had played it and it was almost a novelty, you know, almost. Like there was 1 or 2 games. And then I played it like in 2 games. And then I basically stopped playing chess for like 5 years. And in the interim, I come back and like there's all these games by like 2,600 players playing this even higher. I basically brought this into modern theoretical recognition. Thank you very much. Bishop f5. I have 1 win and 1 draw, I think, in that. And then I just stopped playing like for a while. Didn't even think about it. Came back, looked at the Opening Explorer. Oh, look, there's all these games. And I remember thinking like when I invented this or reinvented it or whatever you want to call it, because I wasn't the originator, I was thinking like, you know what, this is the kind of variation that grandmasters are going to want to play because it's like something different, you know, and exactly that's the thinking. Like it's not so good, but it's just different, you know. So this is the classic C3 Sicilian idea to go to B5. Got to be careful. I think I'm supposed to play knight C6 and then rook C8 or even castle queenside, but I'm not really sure now. This is you also got to watch out for bishop C4, but I don't think he can flat out drop his G2 pawn. Suomi Nue. I kind of figured my openings are a problem when I have 2,300 rating in chess tactics and 1,650 rating. Tactics should reign there, man. I mean, it shouldn't matter if you're good at tactics. You know, you overcome your opening handicap. Wow. I was saying that this isn't real. There's the intermezzo, queen e4 check. Okay, what am I missing? Like, why can't I take on G2? All right, we're taking. I'm sold. Sold. Hopefully he just panicked and blundered. I had 2 games, one with a like Slovenian or Slovakian, I can't remember where he was from. One or the other. An FM. I played 2 FMs, strong FMs, and I beat one and I drew the other. Or maybe, yeah. I won one and I drew the other one. Serbian guy. I remember his name now. Okay, queen takes here. We have other tricks. Bishop h3, the classic. That's a good move. Definitely a good idea to play bishop h3 here. So we're happy to trade queens and be up a pawn. White has nasty tactics like don't try to play like bishop e4. Could it be good? No. I don't think so. Bishop e4, bishop takes f7, check, king d8. You know, trying to trick him. But he could play king e2 there. That's really interesting though. I mean, that's interesting. It just feels fundamentally wrong. There's also knight b5 coming down on me, so am I going to get in trouble here? If I play e6, is it too slow? Maybe we shouldn't even protect the f7 pawn. I could sacrifice this pawn. Make the Fermian style. This is pretty cool. It looks like white has compensation in this crazy position. So knight b5 and bishop f4 with the threats against c7. How serious is it, really? e6. Yeah, alright. Well, I think I have to do this and just take my chances. Bishop e4, bishop takes, knight g5, king f6. No, I mean, he's taking my bishop on e4. I guess I could play it, but I'm just, like, down, losing my pawn back. My king side is underdeveloped, yeah. I'm underdeveloped compared to him. He has 3 minor pieces out. I have just 2. Seems a fair trade for a pawn, though. On knight b5, I have rook c8 or castles queenside. Or maybe even rook d8, you know. I was concerned about my f7 pawn, but I mean, in the event of something like knight g5, he can, you know, I can defend it with bishop g6 or even knight h6 if I have to. I'm also protecting my pawn on c5 here. Brian, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Someone said d4. You mean d5? I don't mind d5 too much. It may be a move, but it's actually really double-edged. Like, I could go here. That's an absolutely perverse move. d5, bishop e4. D takes c6, bishop takes f3. And then you take on b7. It's actually kind of... That might actually be good for white. I don't know. Then I take on f3 and sack the exchange now. d5, bishop e4, you take my knight. I probably would just take on d5. Please don't be mad. Wow, I'm getting like my messages automatically revealed to the public. Is that normal? Did you guys ever get that? Like, I just got a message from Nefidov and it was just like broadcast for everyone. That's weird. Can I change that setting? Guys, we have 30 minutes left in the stream today. It will be a simul on Sunday. And it will be 25 players. So bishop e4 now, he would have to make king e2 or play king e2. Then I take. And then he has like knight to b5. But I can't just give him my c5 pawn here. Pawnda. But maybe I could. Can we just develop d takes c5 and not care? Like knight f6, d takes c5, bishop e4, king e2, and then I don't know, it's not that impressive. Alright, whatever. Man, this is a good move, which I underestimated. Otherwise, people will see your messages. Oh, I gotta close the other window. Okay. That's why I'm getting that. So castling queenside now is interesting. He has lasting sort of strategic compensation for the sacrificed pawn. Pawnda. If he does something crazy like knight b5, I can just castle. I mean, I don't have to take it. Why didn't I take on a3? No, that wasn't good. Yeah, I don't think my king is really going to be happy in the center anytime soon. So we're in a castle, one way or the other. One way or the other. Okay, which classic rock band was that sung by? Now where? Where'd he go? It's a new kind of soul go. It's where'd he go? Musai. I don't want to be too passive about this. So what am I doing? Right. Pawnda. Pichu has a good bullet. He's not into bullet that much. Neither am I. So what am I supposed to do here? Knight h5. Incidentally defending my g7 pawn. It's a deep plan. The deep plan is to play g6. Doesn't seem right. Seems like kind of a stupid deep plan. Got the lasting compensation. Driving me crazy, man. I'm just happy to get rid of the rooks. He's getting out of this a little bit. He's definitely competent. He's definitely pretty fast. Making me work here pretty hard. I just assume this is winning. That's it. Okay, tough game. Tough game, guys. We have time. Thanks very much, Pichu, for the game. We have time for two more, it looks like. Two more challenges. Legit player from my country of residence, Hungary. Move 11, thanks for the donation. Wow, we had Asterbait donate 1,000 bits. Guys, I didn't even realize. Asterbait, when did you do that? Just now. So thanks, Asterbait, man. You're now the chip leader for the week here on lichess. Thanks so much, and Move 11 as well. I'm sure that Pichu had chances, you know, in the middle there to hold on, but it's not easy for either side. Good game though, exciting game. Thanks so much for the donation, Asterbait and Move 11. Let's get two more games in for today. At least, unless there's a fast. What's my favorite Hungarian dish? Porkult, which is like, it's kind of like a beef stew. It's basically like goulash. What you'd say Westerners would call it like goulash, but it's like goulash but it's not like a soup. It's like a goulash plate. That's probably my favorite Hungarian food. Okay, guys, let's play let's. I'm not in Hungary now, guys. I'm in the United States. Spend the summer here with my family. Yeah, Pichu likes porkle too. It's a very, very typical Hungarian food. So bishop g7, better than your standard Western beef stew. It can also be made with pork or other kinds of meat. You could even have chicken, you know. But pork or beef would be standard. All right. So knight c6, it's like a closed Sicilian with bishop c4. I think this is like a kind of defensive setup. This is basically a defensive setup. It's fine. It's very solid for white. He's playing like he's black, basically. It's a very reliable setup against the English opening, I think. But to play it with white is like kind of, you're just kind of like giving up your advantage, all the white pieces, more or less. Now, I have seen this sort of move, and I've got to be very careful because of knight b5. Sorry, guys, got to get a glass of water for the hiccups here. Seem to have set in. That I like the name OS Crash. I haven't seen the blue screen of death in a while, which is good. That's what my other machine likes to do. This machine, not so much, fortunately. Knight b5 could be an issue, so I'm going to avoid that. Thanks again for the donation, Asterbay. Very generous, sir. Hope you enjoyed that. That was a fun game. If you want a weird line to play against this c3 Sicilian, that bishop f5 idea, again, you know, it's probably not great, but it's relatively like less explored than other lines, so that's why I decided to try that out in a couple of games of my own. Acerbate number 1. Just wait until Simul Day on Sunday. Clash Kid's gonna reload. Maybe. Alright. We're just taking a couple more challenges here. Guys, we got 20 minutes left. So the silence fills the air as I think about what to do here. There is a kind of weird feature of this position. Alright, I'm going to go here. I'm a little bit worried about the d6 square, but I just don't believe in bishop d6. I mean, maybe he can try that, but it just looks wrong. Can we see a b3 opening move next game? If I get white, I wouldn't mind. So castling queenside is just generally not recommended in the closed Sicilian. Typically, it leads to disaster. I haven't castled yet. You know, keep that in mind. But he does have bishop h6. It's not going to be that easy to blow him away. Alright. d5, opening the e-file could be an idea, but my king is still there. So I'm going to avert the danger. Can I say that? Avert the danger? I could say avoid the danger, which would be a little more normal. Okay, so now what to do? If he's going to play bishop h6, then I may not castle at all. We could try h6, just stopping him from doing that. d6 is an idea. Protein X, he's just going nuts. Alright. I don't know. Are there challenges against only subscribers? No, I'm just sorry. I can't see all the challenges. I mean, all the comments while I'm playing with like 2 minutes less. But avert the danger is perfectly cromulent. Romulan. It's Romulan for correct. Okay. I was a little nervous about bishop d6. I'll be honest with you. That's been averted. So there's 2 dangers that have been averted. Very caveman style stuff here by white, but he's playing fast and he's playing confident, but I think that ultimately his king position is a little weird. You know, I mean, That bishop's also pretty weird. I mean, if that pawn's down, it's like game over, man. You're going to lose a piece. If I can push a5, a4, that's going to be a total disaster. I pushed h5. And he's threatening d4 now. That would lose a piece. There'd be some problems there. So he doesn't even really have d4 without dropping a piece here. Yeah, knight d4 is still a strong move. Is this a mistake? Possibly. Possibly releasing the tension. If d4 wasn't a real threat, this wasn't necessary. That's what I'm saying. But I'm low on time. I mean, he's got so much more time than me. Thanks so much, guys. Bob, how do you know so much anyway? He's like a lifetime student of everything. Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, I mean, F5 A5 is on the plan. On the menu. I mean, if I get an A5, it's see you later. So I think that Protein should have played bishop takes d4 and tried, you know, to at least draw my pawn to cd4 so I don't have like ways to trap his bishop and stuff. But instead he's gone totally caveman. Which makes some sense. You can see that. You can see that. A5 now. But no matter what I do, I mean, there's going to be some danger. A5 takes, A4 takes. That's fine. We take pieces in all denominations. Coming to trap you. I probably have better, but I'm getting kind of tired, and it's martini time. And then I start missing tactics and obvious stuff. But he's so aggressive with the pawn play here. F4. Ooh, now he decides to take. I was saying to take that before. That's weird. Not what I anticipated. Well, we can just be up a pawn, I guess. Man, this is going to change everything. Dangerous decision by me. I'm not happy with myself right now. Not happy with myself. What is Protein's deal? He actually beat me twice? Whoa. But there was something weird. Okay, it was just like... wasn't a normal game. It was like I disconnected or something. Okay. He beat me on time. I flagged. I remember now. That was the day I had very bad lag. But the position is still really, really unclear here. I kind of messed it up, I think. This was not optimally played by Black. I don't even know who's better now. Maybe I'm worse. He's just like a machine. Literally. I have to run away. He is a machine. And he's so fast, dude. What's his rating? 1600 in bullet, dude? How is that possible? You're so much faster than me. How could you be 1600 in bullet? Is this a rated game? Oh, man. Good thing it's not. I can't believe he's 1600 in bullet. He's so much faster than me. Wow. He should be 1900 in bullet at least. 238 games. He made mistakes, but he just keeps firing the moves. I mean, that's the thing. Like, the moves just keep coming. Maybe a tactical mistake, but still a mess. The defining characteristic of his play is that he plays fast, you know? Yet has a low bullet rating. I mean, that's weird. All right. What am I doing? Got time problems. This was a weird decision to play this move, man. He just finds it fast. I just blundered with queen c5. Absolutely stupid move. He just keeps finding moves fast. Just like one after another. Bang, bang, bang. Another good move. Another good move. Man. What am I going to do? This is ridiculous. He's just faster than me. Takes that pawn. I didn't even see it. How can he just play these moves I don't even see faster than me? It's crazy. He should be higher in bullet, not lower in bullet. I mean, that's ridiculous. His whole game is based on speed. And he's fast, and he's decent too. A couple people watching here, spectators. What's up with that? I'm just like instant moves every single time the white makes a move. Last time he beat me on time. This is the guy who's 1600 in bullet. Literally beat me on time. Maybe he'll make a mistake because he plays too fast. Now he has a little bit of an issue there, but finds the move. Man. Just one fast move after another. My God. Did you see that? Just instinctively, just king to the center with no time. Instantly. Instantly. Every single move. And good move after good move after good move. Let's like play f5, try to get something going. This is going to be the only game I lose today. Do I ever have any tricks or anything? Not really. Can't get at his king. It's just walking out in the middle of the board. No problem. No problem. Just walk out in the middle of the board. He knows it's okay. Instantly found that move. Instantly. That just wins by force instantaneously, right? Yeah, that's it. Instantaneously. All right, dude. That was a good game. It's a little hard to explain how you're 1600 in bullet, though. You know, you play like a master in bullet. It's very weird. I think that's a pretty strange strength of bullet play for a guy like who's 1600 in bullet. You know, that seems pretty crazy, honestly. That's the only game I lost today, but his speed of play is like outrageously good. He should be like 2100 in bullet probably. Judging by how fast he plays. It was like just coming. The moves are just coming. He doesn't even have to think about like more than 1 second on a move. He just instantaneously plays like knight b5, instantaneously. That's kind of weird, you know. Most people would need to think for like an instant or something like that. All right, guys. Unfortunately, we have time for one more game, so I don't have to end on that note. That kind of weird note. Morkium says all moves are from Stockfish. Well, not all moves. Not all moves are from Stockfish, but some of them most likely. They could be, dude. I think it's weird. You know, I'm not formally accusing him of cheating, but I'm informally just saying that it doesn't really seem possible, you know, to have a strength that high, you know, at that rating, you know, and play that fast, bang bang bang, like b5 bang, you know, like instantaneously on the board. So it's pretty weird. All right, guys, let's move on. So we've got Save a Dog here. This will be the last game for today. Sorry I can't get to all the challenges. I mean, you can check. It's possible that a lot of his moves match up with the computer. He definitely was using an engine. Some people said that it's very possible, dude. I don't know why anybody wants to do that, but in a casual game, you know, they just want to look cool. King D2 onward. You know, this was very, very well played and like bang, 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 instantaneous. He definitely didn't use the engine to play the opening moves. I mean, that's obvious. It was very, very strange, you know. But some of the moves at the end, it's a little bit too fast, you know. You should at least take a little bit of time and pretend you're thinking about it for like 5 seconds or something. That would be more believable. I played Bishop G5 here now. This is not a line that I typically play against the Grunfeld, this Swedish variation. I'm not sure if, like, well, you can play it on move 4. If you got, like, Knight C3, D5, Bishop G5. I'm not sure if, like, they're both called the Swedish variation or just anything with Bishop G5. I'm not sure. Alright, guys. Let's move on. So, whatever, you know. You get some weird games now and then. Save a Dog. The next stream will be Sunday. It'll be 25 board simul, 40-40 time. So if you want to play on Sunday, definitely just come at 1 o'clock EDT here on the stream, and we'll play some chess with 25 players. This is an old line. Panda H4. Play H4. He's been waiting all day, dude, for me to like play H4 in one of the games. He loves H4. Hey. Fang. Panda. Alright. We'll see what we can do, Panda. I don't know. I can't make any promises here, depending on what happens, okay? I don't know this variation too well. Chess Panda and the Chess Fugu are mascots here on the stream. Yasser Seirawan against Garry Kasparov. This is a game. The Seirawan like drew, I think, years ago. Central European time, 1 p.m. here is 7 p.m. So Seirawan played Knight F3, and that's like the safe line. Knight comes back, but Panda wants me to play H4. So what can I do? You know, I played H4. Yes. But now I'm out of book. The problem is now I'm out of book. I'm thinking, did I make a mistake? Maybe I'm supposed to play... Panda, did you trick me into playing this too early? My friend Joseph Fong used to play this all the time. But I'm not sure if you're supposed to play H4 first or Queen D2. And now I'm getting confused. Was I supposed to play... I've not once beat me legitimately, and you're being modest now. You must have beat me legitimately at some point. So this is theory. I remember this. His definition of legitimate is like he played a perfect game or something. Yeah, I'm 6 hours behind Central European time. My usual hunting grounds. Panda's really down with the H4. That was his inspiration today. This is his game. His inspired game. But this is theory. My friend Joey beat Maya Chiburdanidze back in the day when she was like women's world champion or something. But it's not really considered totally correct for white, I think, this variation. And on top of that, I don't really know the theory, which is probably a bigger problem. I'm thinking about like playing Knight H3, but I think that just fails tactically. So, I guess I have to move my knight back. There's no Knight H3, because D4 would be hanging. I mean, there's no tricks or anything. I mean, I just have to play Knight F3, don't I? It's weird. It's kind of weird. I don't... So I'm thinking I did something wrong with the move order. Wins and simul's. Wins and simul's, do they count? Soltico's being very modest, you know. He's probably beat me before. So, we did lose that last game, but it was kind of shady. Was that the only game I lost today, or did I draw or win another one? I've been lucky today. But I didn't face any really high-rated players. Pichu was 2150. That's actually decent. But most of you guys play really, really better than your ratings. But if people think about the game, you know, they're not that content. You know, they're not... The people that watch the stream aren't thinking that much about just their ratings, basically, is what I'm saying. What I'm saying... So I can take this pawn, and you play d4, and then I can unpin myself. At what price? So I'm concerned about c5 being a very, very strong move here. That's extremely dynamic. And the classic Grunfeld idea, you gotta like that. You gotta like c5. If I take, he plays d4, I castle queenside, and he can play knight c6, and it's pretty darn awkward. Castling queenside is not happening here. It's just not happening. Man, c5 is a brilliant move. Could be losing again. I've literally never played this variation in a game. Like, alright, I have excuses. Excuses. Save a dog, 1400. He's gonna crush me. He beat me last time. What was that, a simul game? Did beat me in a simul game, but don't remember. I was good, pretty much, a good chunk of that game. I was winning, I think. And then I lost control of the time and stuff. What do you do here? Pawn takes pawn, d4. Rook d1, knight c6. Move the queen somewhere? But then I'm like facing queen a5 and resigning, you know? This is sick, dude. This is sick. I have to move my queen again? This looks really bad for me. Ooh, Save a Dog's just crushing me. We've won a lot of games against Save a Dog, but he did beat me last time. But as I said, I was winning that one. So he's not a machine. We know he's not a machine, but this was a very strong move, man. This can't be the right answer, though. I don't know what to do. I just panicked. I just totally panicked here. You can't take. I mean, it's d4 and it's over. It looks like it's over. d4. What do you do? I just resigned. Please don't tell me I just resigned. By accident. That would be embarrassing. Maybe I can take on c5 now and allow d4. Whatever I do, it's going to be dangerous. His king's on f8. That's the only thing going for me here. Otherwise, like, black is just better. Panda's big idea to play h4. I'm so happy I played h4. This looks stupid for white. I'll never play this again. That's why Serwan doesn't do h4, Panda. Yasser plays knight f3, and I've played that before. That's my normal move. I only did this because of Chess Panda. Man. Now my king is exposed. His king is a bit weird. My h-pawn is just pushed up without real justification. The only justification being that, you know, we forced him to give up his right to castle. But I don't think it's a big deal, you know. He has really convenient ways to solve that problem. Maybe Save a Dog will lose on time here. I mean, bishop f6 with the idea of king g7 is very strong, for example. I think the black is probably better in this position after bishop f6. I don't know if I have time to play h5. King g8 is a little bit like less, maybe less active. less active. He's going to h7, obviously. This is a different approach. Slightly more passive way of dealing. I guess I'll put my king on f1, and we'll have mutual kings in weird places. His king is a better place than my king now. I'm just going to like win on time, probably. But positionally, black is better. Bishop pair. Safer king than mine, maybe. Again, like this is a passive move too. It's very solid. Black should never lose here. Like, he can't conceivably lose. But if he wants to win, I mean, it might be more interesting to do something along the file. Try to play h5. And that's making the situation a bit weird, I guess. For his king. He can still do bishop f6, king g7. Queen f6. Oh. Maybe I should think about castling queenside. I've been a little discriminatory toward that. But now there's no time. He's 1400. It's a strong 1400. I say that about everyone. Check him out with like rook c8. I wonder if he's related to Protein. If they're the same person or something. I mean, it's like, he's lost a lot of games against me. Got no bullet. 1400 in blitz, but like higher in classical. He's hacking the exchange here. Wow. That's a crazy idea. Just miscalculated, I guess. That's really lucky. Still, he has some compensation. Man. Finally, he just walked out with his king. He couldn't find a good place to go with the king. Man, everybody's good. Just time, and only the time made Save a Dog lose. I was clearly worse. I mean, look at this position. He played the opening perfectly. I think h4 might even be a mistake, Panda. Yep. That's what I was afraid of. Your idea, man, with the h4 all the time. It's all Panda's fault. I'm supposed to play queen d2, and then he plays like pawn takes pawn, and then I go queen e3 check, and then he goes king f8, and then at some point later I play h4, queen f4. See, you told me it was h4, Panda. It's ridiculous. Now I play h4. This is a totally different position. What are you doing, man? Absolutely different position. h6, then I go back to f3, and my queen's on a good square on f4. And still black's better. Still black's better even here. Can't believe Panda like got me to play this line. But anyway, h4, very bad idea. This was played by a few people who probably made the same mistake as Panda, thinking it was the same line. And Save a Dog was just better. I mean, this is just really strong. Check this out. h6, now what? Check, king f8. Varuzhin had this position. Oh my god. Varuzhin has played knight f3 before, no doubt, in the normal line. But this looks awful for white. And then bang, c5. This is a killer, man. Vallejo pawns. I can't believe I can take that pawn. The computer is just going to fall off a cliff here at one point. I mean, this can't be good for white. It's like negative. Now it's down to like -2. It'll probably keep falling slightly. This is Garcia Roman against the young Vallejo pawns. I did not like this at all. Knight c6. Queen d2, d4. It looks like black has the initiative firmly here. And my king is like, where's my bishop going? This is ugly, man. I don't want any part in this. I don't want any part in this. So I'm supposed to go knight b5, apparently. Wait, this never happened in a game? Wow, this never happened in a game. There's only 2 games. Vallejo won with black. Big surprise there. All right, guys, we got Fisher Boy donating 45 bits to the stream. Thanks so much. Guys, we're going to be back. It's time to leave. I'm sorry. I've got to go. It was a highly instructive line, though. Though we shouldn't play the panda. Play the panda, the chess panda. H4. Just play H4. It's always good. And no computers, all right? Understand? Panda, all right. Just go back and try to understand, you know, H4 isn't always appropriate. So, guys, thanks for the support and thanks for the donations. Acerbate, Fisher Boy, we had a donation from Move11. You guys are awesome. Thanks for subscribing to the stream. We'll be back with a simul on Sunday, 1 p.m. EDT, 25 players. It'll be 40-40, and the game will last about maybe up to 3 hours. So it's a serious simul. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We will see you then. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Soltigo, for moderating. Please don't forget about just to subscribe and like my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. You guys should also check out chesslecture.com, a site that I've worked for years. If you want to, that's a great site for chess videos and whatnot. I think that's all the updates and news I want to pass on. So again, thanks guys for watching, subscribing, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye-bye.